So I can already tell what's going to be my biggest issue with Resident Evil 4 Remake. I have a friend who's been saying it's too soon for Resident Evil 4 to be remade. And I don't think I really understood what that meant. So after playing the demo, I finally realized it's not about the amount of time. It's more about the jump between the original Resident Evil formula and what became Resident Evil 4. When I played the demo for Resident Evil 4 Remake, it just felt like Resident Evil 2 Remake with a Resident Evil 4 skin over it. That might be fine and dandy for some, but for me, I need Capcom to bring something new to the table. With Resident Evil 2 Remake, it was an opportunity to play a familiar game, but with a completely brand new gameplay experience. You could reimagine classic gameplay sequences in modern day capabilities. Resident Evil 3 Remake had its shortcomings, but at the very least, a lot of people didn't play 3, so this was maybe a chance for them to experience it for the first time. In actuality, they probably only did 3 and rushed through it just so they could get to the eventual cash cow. But at this point, I'm kind of tired of the remake style of combat. Gone is the fear and the unfamiliarity of how the system works. I'll never forget that first sequence at the gas station. You knew there were zombies, you knew they were going to pop out, but the unfamiliarity. How's it going to feel? How are they going to come at you? I shot him and he didn't go down immediately. That is what made Resident Evil 4 such a landmark experience. Because they brought so many new ideas to the table. Our minds had been trained a certain way and we had gotten used to certain gameplay conventions. Resident Evil 4 was able to flip the table over and make you relearn everything from the beginning. And the issue is that we've already kind of done that in Remake 2 and Remake 3. By the end of 2, I was already kind of a combat expert. I knew certain confrontations weren't worth it, so I would just pop them in the knee and run by. And 3 was kind of more of the same. So the thing that disappointed me the most in 4 Remake was that I was able to use strategies from the original game, which at this point is nearly 20 years old. Chainsaw guy got you down? Just camp the ladder. Even Resident Evil 5 took this into account. They had programmed chainsaw guys to jump up ladders instead of climbing them. Maybe this didn't make logical sense, but it changed the way you had to play the game, which was more important. I guess most people will just be happy to play Resident Evil 4 again. It looks nicer, or maybe they got rid of QTEs. But I still remember 4 pretty clearly, so I hope they at least have something different up their sleeve. But knowing how fans are, I think Capcom is going to keep this as similar as they can to the original, for fear of pissing people off. And that's, I don't want to say a bummer, but it's surely not something to get excited about. Hopefully I'm wrong, and you guys come back here and call me out on it after the game's released. But come on. In all likelihood, I'm probably right. So the thing that has me most curious about Resident Evil Remake is whether or not they keep the ballistics joke in the game. What do you think? I'm pretty sure it's going to get cut out. Thanks a lot for listening, and we'll see you next time.